Cassandra Lynn, owner of Oakleaf Arrow Studios, and I specialize in drawing maps and weapons, mostly swords if we're being honest, although I have dabbled into drawing other things as well. Today is kind of a big day for me. I had my most successful shop launch in my entire art career thus far, so I get to start packing my How to Train Your Dragon map. This map is very different from the other maps in my shop. Typically, I just sell 11 by 14 maps or 5 by 7 maps. However, with this map, it's a massive collage. So I had to get a little bit creative for how I wanted to offer this map to everyone. Tier 1 is a complete DIY. I send you the papers, you buy the extra supplies needed, and follow a video tutorial on how to put it all together. Tier 2 is a partial DIY. I take the time to rip and stain the edges, and only assembly is required. And then Tier 3 is a fully assembled map. I offered very few of these because two main reasons. I didn't want to spend the rest of my days assembling maps, and secondly, the packing tubes needed for shipment takes up way too much space in my apartment. Since my orders are split into two very distinct tiers, I will probably start with packing all Tier 1 pre-orders and then move on to all Tier 2 pre-orders. I will not be filming Tier 3 tier orders. I feel like I said tier so many times in that sentence. I already did a trial run and I wanted to rip my hair out while doing it, and I figured I would spare myself from that on camera. All right, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get packing my first order. Things are really starting to take shape in terms of packing. You saw earlier that the thank you cards, which are special specifically for the How to Train Your Dragon maps, because I needed a card to let people know that they need to be redirected to my YouTube channel to watch the video tutorial on how to assemble it. So I took that opportunity to write all of y'all's names in the Viking runes, which is basically the How to Train Your Dragon alphabet. And it was so fun. This is not even, I think this is about, hold on, math, a fifth of the orders. This batch of orders I'm packing is all of the domestic tier ones. I still have internationals, which are separate and going to be much more of a hassle because that's not through my Shopify. This was easy because I just clicked a button and it printed all the labels and I could just, do it all in one fell swoop. But I am now going to start like the actual like packing and putting these like into the mailers. This is the first time I've packed these dragon maps as well as this quantity of orders. So bear with me while I get into my flow state. It is a learning curve. I've got to figure out the most optimal assembly line. And that's the fun thing about being an artist, is that you get to wear all of the hats. So I've gone from artist to, I guess, package prepper. So I will put my little warehouse cap on and get back to work while also watching the F1 race, which you probably saw in the background. I had it paused because I had to face like the other way in order to like prep these, but we're back. We're stressed about the race. Honestly, the packing process is going smooth. The F1 race, we'll see, but let's get back to work. have packed the first batch of domestic tier one orders. They're all lined up behind me, actually, which is honestly surreal. I haven't had the time really during this process to really sit with this achievement and how amazing it is to achieve a dream of mine. I have been watching videos like these where, small businesses are packing orders or vending at conventions and like getting to see their business grow. And I have been watching those videos since I was in middle school and high school. And sometimes I get so wrapped up in the process of doing that I forget to actually sit and take a moment to be proud of myself. And it's just been amazing. Honestly, the second the labels started printing and they just like kept going and spitting out more and more labels, it was it was so surreal because that's a moment that I think every business like dreams of is having that label printer just spit out label after label after label, and getting to experience that myself was just amazing, and getting to see all the orders. That's not even like that's a fraction. That's a fraction of the total orders, and seeing it physically there versus just numbers on a screen, but like physically doing the work and physically seeing all the packages has been, again, surreal. I think that's the only word I can really use to describe it. And it just makes me so happy. And I'm just so proud. And I cannot wait to continue to grow and expand. So, yeah, it's been amazing, honestly. Also, end of the F1 race, kind of was going through it. I had to take a moment to just yell at the TV for a minute. I never used to be a person who would like yell at the TV during sports, but F1 just brings something out in me, okay? The next phase is going to be domestic tier 2 orders, which will be slightly slower in terms of the packaging to package. What am I saying? Yeah, sure. It's going to be slower. It's going to be a slower process just because there's a couple extra steps while packing everything. But I got into a really good rhythm with the tier 1 packages where I was able to really like go through them pretty quickly, all things considered. So hopefully I can find that rhythm again with tier 2. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to start the process the exact same way that I started the tier 1 orders, which is printing out the shipping labels and writing all the names in the Viking runes. I probably won't film that part though, since you already saw it, but I will probably show you how things end up when I start actually like packaging the orders together. Honestly, it's moments like these where I really wish I lived on the ground floor because this is insane. Seeing everything physically take up space versus just be numbers on a screen is wild. There used to be such a thick stack of papers on my dragon map shelf, and now it's literally less than an inch. This is again one of the craziest moments in my entire art career so far. Closely matched, if we're being honest, with when I actually got published as an artist for the first time. This is something I've been dreaming of since I was a kid. And getting published and everything, that was a cool thing that I never thought could was even obtainable and was really cool. This is something that I hope to one day work towards. It's just crazy. It's literally insane, and I cannot express how grateful I am to everyone for enjoying my art and liking it enough to want a copy for themselves. Life changing. Truly, truly life changing. And honestly, it was so much fun packing all of these orders, especially because it was the final steps of this very long process of prepping all the maps, doing all the design work, drawing the map twice. I don't think I even mentioned that. I had to draw the map twice in order to make this a reality. So being able to finally have it packaged up and one step away from being shipped to people is incredible. I'm so thrilled. I'm so excited. And it just cannot be understated how grateful I am for this opportunity and also how hard I've worked to get to this point. So it's crazy. Every time I walk in here, I'm like, wow, insane. I haven't figured out how I'm getting all of these to the post office. It's moments like these where I wish I had a little wagon or a little cart, but then I can't even get that down the stairs. But out of all the problems that I could have, figuring out how to get all of these orders downstairs is not necessarily a big one. But I might as well hurry up and get to it then.